In this video, we will understand three things. First, we will look at the definition of economics, from where this word came into existence and what is the theoretical definition. Then we will look at the difference between positive economics and normative economics. And the last thing that we will look at is the difference between micro and macroeconomics. Let's begin with the definition of economics. Economics is the study of how society manages its scarce resources. Now, what do we mean by scarce? Anything that is available in a limited quantity is said to be scarce. For example, on the day we get a pocket money, we are very excited. We have a lot of things in the mind that we want to spend the money on. But since your money is limited, it is a scarce resource. If we do not allocate the money properly between our needs and luxuries, we might end up being sad like the person in this cartoon. A more serious scarce resource is this. Water might not be a scarce resource, but fresh water is. We must always use water wisely and efficiently. Let's also understand from where this word economics came into existence. The word economy comes from the Greek word oikonomos, which means one who manages a household. This origin might seem peculiar, but in fact, households and economics have much in common. A household faces many decisions. A household must allocate its scarce resources like time, desert, or car mileage among its various members, considering each member's abilities, efforts, and desires. This is a hypothetical distribution where it can be seen how income is allocated among the various expenses that households face. Here, income is a scarce resource. Like a household, a society faces many decisions. For example, it needs some people to grow food, other people to make clothing, and some to design computer software. The management of society's resources is important because resources are scarce. Society has limited resources and therefore cannot produce all the goods and services people wish to have. Just as all the members of a household cannot get everything they want. Everyone in a society cannot attain the highest standard of living to which he or she may aspire. Like the household and society, the government also faces many decisions. As can be seen in this hypothetical situation, the government allocates its spending in a variety of sectors. Here as well, government's income is a scarce resource that must be properly divided into various sectors. Now let's look at positive and normative economics. Positive economics is also referred to as what is economics due to the use of concrete facts and data. This is also called the objective approach. Whereas normative economics is referred to as what should have been or what ought to be. There is a high probability that our decisions might get affected by personal feelings or preconceived biases. It was during the 19th century that the idea of what is and what should be were first identified by early economists like John Neville Keynes and Stuart Mill. Second difference is that in positive economics, there is a proper explanation about the cause and effect relationship between variables. Basically, there is a clear explanation when one event causes another to happen. Whereas in normative economics, value judgments are passed. A value judgment is an evaluative statement of how good or bad you think an idea or action is. It is often prescriptive in nature. A very common example of this can be seen where all government economic policies are influenced by value judgments, which which vary from person to person, resulting in a fierce debate between competing political parties. The last difference is that positive economic statement can be scientifically tested, proved, or disapproved, since they are based on data and facts. Whereas in normative economics, this cannot be done since the statements are based on opinions and value judgments. Let us now look at the difference between micro and macroeconomics. Microeconomics focuses on how individual consumers and firms make decisions, whereas macroeconomics studies the overall economy at a national and international level. For example, microeconomics deals with individual income and output. That could be your income or your firm's income. But macroeconomics deals with aggregates such as national income and national output. That's all for this video. We will deep dive into the terms that we talked about today in much greater detail in the upcoming videos. Thank you.